All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Rickie Singleton, and I'm a player and owner of Suited Kings. I supported myself for 2 years by playing poker after I was let go from a well-paying job. And while doing this, I experienced that this was a culture I wanted to be involved with. I spent a lot of time playing in Foxwoods in Connecticut. I'm from Massachusetts originally, been here for 2 years, and also spent some time in Vegas studying the game. I'm big into branding. I was always a big Nike fan, Jordan fan, so I always like to watch how businesses grow using players as a benchmark. Now, with poker, I need that clicker. We wanted to give players an option to look, feel, and win with us. So what I mean by that is we're going to give players apparel that won't be too flashy or kind of broadcast their skill level, but will be good on and off the table for when they want to go out. A feel for a brand that they can connect with and also be part of and contribute to and also benefit from. And then obviously the opportunity to win money, get staked into these big games and win some of these big tournaments. So by a show of hands, who likes basketball? Okay. Who likes baseball? Okay. Now, who likes football? Okay. Now, these sports combined bring about 20 to 30 million players on an organized level, whether it be high school, college, semi-pro, or even professional. Poker brings 60 million players to the table and over 100 million players worldwide. Right now, there is not an official poker brand that's sponsoring these players. So this is what they're after. Money, obviously, and this $500,000 bracelet, one of the most prestigious awards you can win in any kind of event. Now, what we're looking to do is give players an opportunity to get staked. We'll do this through our poker apparel line and use this to expose players, get them out there, get their name out there as well, and use a percentage of that earnings for capital. What I'm looking for out of the 60 million players is a short 1,000. That's it. So this is what the competition is offering as far as apparel goes. Rungood.com, Blind Squirrel, 3Bet, and Crazy 8 Poker. Now, the interesting thing about Crazy 8 Poker is Crazy 8 Poker was fortunate enough to have 3 players featured at the main event last year. And one of the 3 players actually won this tournament. Now, because of that, this player had a small little patch. This actually boosted their business over $331 million because they had brand advertisement online. Now, the World Series of Poker is an event that costs you $10,000 to play in. And this year alone, they had 107,000 players that registered in that. It's an $80 million prize pool that you can win, and they usually pay out the top 15%, which is normally about 1,000 players. So this gives players the opportunity to win anywhere from $15,000 to $8 million if they actually get to the final table and take this home. So this is what it kind of looks like for me. Now, I'm working with a manufacturer, an embroidery shop that's local, that's allowing me to purchase things on an on-demand basis. What I found in my history and my research is I'd rather not have a lot of stock on hand and use this time and money to research players and build this 1,000 tribe that I'm looking for. By doing so through avenues of social media and also tournaments, we'll be able to broadcast our brand with promotional t-shirts and also branding in the poker rooms. Now, tournaments alone can host anywhere from 60 players to about 1,000 players, depending on how many players are involved. Now, what you can see here is today's date, which is the 24th. Foxwoods is hosting these tournaments, and every day they host tournaments that look just like this. Just to show you the opportunity of money that's at stake on a daily basis. This is going on right now. So 11 o'clock, so probably by 11 o'clock p.m., someone's going to win about $10,000 tonight. These are some of the players or advisors I have on my team who help me grow the business. These are players. Joe Berger is actually an online player, has about over $150,000 in tournament winnings. Jamal Magic Ford is one of my local players that actually hosts a lot of games, brings a lot of players in the city. So he has a big awareness on the game. Now, this is one thing that resonates with me when I'm building my business. We don't have to invent a new tribe. Nike didn't invent runners. This is my brand, Suited Kings, and I'm Rickie Singleton.
Rickie, when you get started here, I assume right now you're not on the market. But when you get started, are you endorsing some of the top players by providing clothes to them? And also, is there a fee associated that you have to give them to wear your clothes?
It's a great question. So I will be looking to endorse players. Right now, there's not a platform that offers that. Before I go ahead and offer or give somebody $10,000 and allow them to go to Vegas and do whatever the case might be, there is a platform out there that will allow me to register these players and see where they stand. So for yourself, if you are a poker player and you have some winnings under your belt, I can Google your name and see exactly how many tournaments you've played in and how many winnings you have and exactly what your win ratio is before I actually want to endorse or do anything of that nature. It is an apparel brand, so if you are just a fan of the brand, you can definitely purchase apparel, hats, shirts, jerseys, or whatever the case might be. But endorsements would be different.
So fundamentally, I'm confused about fundamentally what this business is. Is this about selling clothes?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So this is but beyond the tribe, right? The tribe is the advertising for it, and you're hoping that a bunch of other people want to buy, just like they'll buy Lakers jerseys or something.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. Got it. And that's understandable. Presentation suggestion for you. Make it clear, because I was struggling with, and I know others were too, exactly what the business is. And I think it's a fine business. There's nothing wrong with it. Be clear about what it is.
Thank you.
All right.
That was good. That's good advice. Because now it just clicked for me. I think the question that I would have is, I'm looking for the model out there. Tell me the model. Is this, Nike suiting up all these pro players? Is this what your vision is?
Yes and no. There's a small niche of players that I'm looking for. Maybe not necessarily that player that plays once a day. There's a large group of professionals that play on a daily basis that I'm looking to go for.
Okay.
These are professionals that are looking to get staked. Getting staked is something, if you Google, it's searched about 6 million times, so there's a huge market for that. There's companies like YouStake and GetStake.com that are actually looking for poker players who are serious about the game where they can invest in these players. So again, using apparel to brand these players so they can put a name behind the business and also giving the opportunity to stake these players.
Okay.
So if you move on to the last module, what would you do with the money and the resources that come along with that?
The money I would hold aside, more focused on building my network, building my 1,000, getting my players engaged in the brand, seeing exactly who's interested in being staked as a player, and also monitoring their success as well. By doing that, I feel like we can also sell apparel. That'll help offset the cost of doing business and keeping the doors open. But the money I wouldn't touch until we're ready to do our incentives.
Thank you.
Thank you.